Hi, I'm John Byrne with Poets and Quants. Welcome to Handicapping Your MBA Odds featuring HBSGuru.com founder Sandy Kreisberg. This handicapping episode is brought to you by Purdue Online MBA. The Purdue Online MBA features interactive instruction by current executives, industry leaders, and the same tenured faculty that currently teach at the Mitchell Daniel School of Business in West Lafayette, Indiana. Get connected in a collaborative online environment where you will still get the full immersive Purdue student experience. Join Purdue's worldwide network of students from more than 135 countries. Purdue's Mitchell Daniel School of Business is part of one of the world's preeminent engineering, science, and technology universities, recognizing that in today's business world, there's a significant focus on the way in which data drives decision-making. Purdue leverages its STEM mindset at the university to prepare its graduates to immediately contribute and possess the leadership skills to advance their careers, initiate progress, and technological innovation in their fields. Welcome to Fridays with Sandy, our handicapping adventure. We have Jack from China. And of course, we have Sandy Kreisberg, founder of HBSGuru.com.
Thank you.
Jack,
You've got a very exciting candidate, Jack.
we
Jack,
do.
Jack falls into that lane of people applying to business school whose goal we have convinced him over the past half hour is to manage his family business. Jack, what could you tell us about your family business? What could you share about your family business without revealing confidential information or whatever?
It's like the first generation of quant trading firm in China, specialized in futures products. And it's a prop trading firm, which means it's co-founded and the co-founders are using their own money to trade, and they're hiring traders and other functions to manage the firm.
Wow, that sounds great.
assets.
I don't understand it, but the admissions committee will, and try and make it as clear as possible. John,
Okay.
you think that's a good background for a business school? A guy from China, his family is running some esoteric hedge fund futures trading swaps business. Is that attractive, or are they going to go, what?
No, I think that is attractive because obviously the U.S. schools are getting fewer and fewer applicants from China, and they're very eager to get more. We should point out that Jack is working for the China Financial Futures Exchange and has worked for the China Securities Regulatory Commission. He has a 730 GMAT. He has a 3.1 GPA, which is kind of low for the schools that he wants to apply to.
So the real question is, will they wink, will they forgive, will they be forgiving of the 3.1, which is a little low for most top schools because of everything else, including his the possibility he's going to be a big deal in China.
Yeah. And he's applying to Wharton, Harvard, Duke, UVA, Columbia, Chicago Booth, and Dartmouth Tuck. He has an interview. Columbia, he's waiting for his decision. Chicago Booth turned him down.
Yeah. What happened at Chicago Booth, do you think, Jack? Was the application solid, or?
I think it's pretty solid. I also attended all the online events, like in different formats.
Sure.
I believe I showed enough interest. For my background, I think the low GPA would certainly
Okay, this
make
real
a
important question.
concern.
When you applied to Chicago Booth, did you
Yes.
tell them your goal was to manage your family business or something else?
No, I didn't. I actually
Stop
stated
right
that.
there. Okay.
Okay.
The result is meaningless, right?
Okay. Yes.
Had you told them that your goal was to manage your family business, I think John, what would have happened?
I think you would have been interviewed for sure.
Yeah.
I think that the big mistake here was I believe that you told them that you wanted to work in compliance at an international hedge fund without ever having any financial or hedge fund experience. other than in a regulatory agency in China. And that's dead on arrival because hedge fund jobs are hard to get. They're like VC jobs, and you usually have to have previous work experience in them. So
And also, compliance is for sissies. To tell the people all over the world, no offense to people working in compliance, but compliance is not considered an aggressive or a selective job. Okay.
It's a backroom job. It's a job in the back room for people who want to work 9 to 5. It's not a job for ambitious, smart, hungry people.
Yeah. So that's just a fact. No offense to people in compliance. We need you. You're keeping the railroads running. Yeah.
Totally necessary and important, but for an elite MBA program, it's not going to turn heads.
Interesting question. Hypothetical. How many people at Harvard, Stanford, and Wharton do you think have a background in compliance? How many students?
0.
Wow. There you go. John Byrne, who is a man who doesn't, make hyperbolic statements, says he thinks the number of people in compliance at HSW, in 2 words, is 0.
Yeah, I just don't see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Even if you're wrong, even if it's 4, the point is the same. We got it. Okay. So get compliance out of your
I think Jack's 3.0, which incidentally was earned at Furman in the US, and then Jack has a MIM degree, Master's in Management from Wake Forest, can be explained by the fact that you were a Chinese student coming to the US for the first time. You had a transition issue, and that's why your GPA isn't an indication of your future academic performance. I also think that you will be offset on that because of the fact that you're coming from China and you want to work for your family business, which is it's a really fascinating business to be in hedge funds in China.
I totally agree. Okay, Jack, let's say you're being interviewed by Harvard and they say, you've already got a Master of Science in Management at Wake Forest University, and you're going to your family business. Why do you need an MBA? Aren't you just taking a vacation here and having some social networking?
Well, I think
all of which is true. All of which is going to happen. But
well, I will answer. First of all, from my previous working experience at China Financial Futures Exchange, I realized some additional areas, skill sets I needed to improve on that will result in a desire to pursue an MBA. Secondly,
here's some homework.
Yeah, sure.
How much do you, let's say this is an interview question. How much do you know about the resources at Harvard for family businesses?
They have a center for entrepreneurship, and they have career advice, like very professional, that can advise on managing family business.
Yeah, okay. Find the real names of those things and make it sound like, man, I've researched this. It's just great. It's a great place for me. I'm particularly attracted by your program A and B. That way.
The other thing here, I think that would be important for you is, obviously in the Master's in Management, you don't get much finance. You get the core course and that's it. So in hedge funds, obviously that's a deeply financial role. So I would say that you really want to dive far more deeply into the world of finance, given your family business.
Yeah. Okay. So why HBS? Number one, they have a lot of resources for family business, including A, B, and C. Also, my program at Wake Forest was a little light on finance, and that's going to be very important to me.
Perfect. Right. Absolutely.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good.
Good. What do you think are his odds at Harvard?
What can you say about the 3-1, Jack? As an how can he go? I realize. Here's the way you begin it. Okay, there's a box where they allow you to explain boo-boos on the application. Are you with me? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The optional essay.
Yeah, and you could put it in the real essay too. You have to say, my 3.1 GPA at Furman is not predictive of the success I will have at Harvard Business School. It's not a predictor.
Okay.
You guys may think that a GPA is a very good predictor, and it may be in general, but not in my case, for the following reasons. I was new. My English wasn't as good as it is now, and I wasn't as mature and motivated as I am now. But now I am very motivated to become a dynamic and innovative leader in my family business. And the Harvard program is just perfect for me. That's
and hopefully your GPA in the Master's in Management program is good. I don't know if it is, but if it is, that you should point that out.
Okay.
Well, let's hear it. What was it?
It's 3.35.
Do you have a class standing by any chance?
No, but I have a higher GRE compared to the GMAT. My GRE is 337 in total.
Yeah, no, your test scores are great. You've got very high GRE and GMAT. I think you've got like a 750 GMAT equivalent.
And a 730 GMAT on the actual test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 730 GMAT. They'll just take note of that. They'll go, this guy's smart enough, okay? We'll take a chance on the fact that he's ready to go here. That's all they need.
So do you think he's going to get interviewed by Harvard?
I think his chances of getting interviewed at Harvard are, depending on the execution of the application, should like 30, 40%.
That's pretty high.
Depending on the execution of the application. He's got to convince him. He's got to convince you. Don't hold back, man. Tell him you're going to be a big deal in China and you want to. And Harvard could really help.
Yeah. And then I think Duke and UVA are better chances, don't you think?
Well, they're better for everybody. And I think they'd be particularly attracted to the China family business story. Future. Also, the FD story. John, tell them what FD stands for.
FD.
FD.
Tell me.
Future donor.
Oh, of course. Yeah, there you go. Right. That's true.
That's in the back of their minds.
Yeah. And what
about
well, given the fact that his family business is a hedge fund in China and how unusual that is, don't you think Wharton would really be a little bit more fascinated with him? I think Wharton should be.
They should be. Yeah, they should be. Whether it works out, I don't know.
And so should Columbia, incidentally. Both Columbia and Wharton, I think, should be more fascinated with you. And again, I know in round one, you've already applied to Columbia, and unfortunately, you gave them your career goal at that time, which is not good. But in round two for Wharton, make sure you do the family business career goal. I think it will make a major difference in your application outcomes.
Let me ask you this. Even though you're 28, let's say you don't get into the schools you want. John, what do you think about this guy as a re-app with a new plan to manage the family business?
Oh, I think it's much, much better, significantly better. And it's yeah.
Would you be willing to do that, Jack? Would you be, if you didn't get the results you want, would you be willing to keep doing what you're doing now at what sounds like the SEC of China for a year, or let me say this: here's some super tough love. You get dinged from all the places you really want to go.
Then what?
You reapply next year. And between now and next year, what do?
He joins the family business.
You got it, John. That's what they pay you the small bucks for.
Of course he does, because then you basically say, hey, you get your feet wet there, you learn something, and it's kind of like another step towards your post MBA goal anyway.
Oh, that makes a lot of difference. They say this kid ain't kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that something you might think? Well, you don't have to answer. I know that would be hard, but I would really think about that. That is the
Well,
best single thing you can do.
an
If
alternative thing, an alternative path would be joining like Goldman Sachs or Morgan Stanley,
Sure.
because
So,
Yeah.
so hey, look, if you applied from Goldman Sachs in China to Harvard, your chances go up measurably,
okay,
right?
But
good to know.
you may pull it off this year.
Yeah, you could.
Uh,
All right, we're rooting for you. Good luck to you, Sandy. Thanks again. The biggest takeaway here is going to work for your family firm is your post MBA goal,
Mhm.
and managing that firm and telling people how unusual it is in China to have a hedge fund to begin with, because that really, I mean, look, there'll be no other candidate in the pool like that. No one. Good
Okay,
luck to you,
thank you
Sandy.
so much.
Again. Well, thank you for joining us for this handicapping episode. The episode has been brought to you by Purdue Online MBA. Adding a specialization in that MBA allows you to focus your elective choices to gain greater knowledge in high demand areas of business to increase your career marketability. You can further look to leverage earning a graduate certificate within the online MBA's 48 credits through your specialization coursework by strategically working with your academic advisor to plan, apply for, and obtain this credential. The school's rigorous curriculum delivers the top quality instruction and practical learning you need to strengthen your talents and advance into the next level of high-profile management and leadership careers. Courses include case studies, experiential projects, remote collaboration, and team-based learning in the subject areas of artificial intelligence, manufacturing, energy technology, and C-suite leadership.